What's good? That's right, we're trying out the PS5 setup here, so the audio will be different. Obviously, the visuals will be different. To stream on my PS5, I kind of have to play a game, which is kind of weird. So I'm just gonna have Bugsnax, like the music playing in the background, and I'll probably put some visuals on here. But what's up? We got to chapter 75 last night. So usually when I record it, this is early in the morning on Tuesday. So let's get into the chapter. And obviously, if you don't know, this is extremely different from what I usually do, right? Usually don't see my beautiful face that often. So I'll see how this works, and then we'll proceed further. I have something special coming, but it will drop when Chapter 75 becomes public for everyone. So that week is when it'll drop, but it's in the groundworks. You'll see, it's good. So the chapter title for 75 is Tumbling Tower. Also, I got it here. Obviously, I can't show it to you. Oh, also, do you see what that is? Yeah, that's right. It's Athena. She's always looking over me right here. You can't see her in the full shot, but yeah. So the chapter is kind of broken up into 3 different sections. We have the Raphael and William plot, and then we have... Actually, it's not even 3, right? It's just Raphael and William, and then it's Lauren and Sandman, so only 2. Because I don't think we got a single bit of Kieran actually here, other than the little picture that Sandman shows. Oh, I forgot my usual intro. This is spoiler free, or this is a spoiler warning for those who don't use FastPass coins for Purple Hyacinth. Obviously, I'll be talking about Chapter 75, which is currently FastPass. It will be public for everyone in about a month from now, so this should be the first chapter of 2021. So that's when you're seeing this. If you're seeing it earlier, well, it's still 2020. If you're seeing it then, well, Happy New Year. Yeah, alright. Let's get into it. So Raphael, the way that William kind of speaks these lines, it makes it seem that Raphael has left home more than once, right? Especially since William says, how many times are you going to run away? That means that at the train wasn't the first time. That was probably the second or third, or we don't know how many times Raphael kind of ran away in this case. I don't know. It really hurt to see William in pain like this. And I'm sure Kim also felt the same way, right? There's no way that you can tell with the facial expressions, like, William is pissed off. And that's because he's been neglected, both by his mother, who obviously has no control over her, mistaking William for Raphael, because, you know, William's not the little kid that his mother remembers him as. He's looking more and more like Raphael every day as he grows up. So yeah, I wonder, has Raphael been in Art Hollows this entire time? Which I think he has, if he is the messenger for Apostle 7 with his tattoo, right? The messengers have been around for a while. It's not like Raphael needs to go somewhere else. And he's been a part of the circus this entire time, and having the blindfold is kind of an easy way for people to not recognize him. But then again, when we were at the show, Lauren kind of like got a hint at, like, hey, I've seen this face before, so I don't know if his disguise is all that great. I don't think he's really trying to hide here. Maybe he's not trying to hide because, you know, his father, Stefan, is a Sandman, or is a Apostle 7. I don't know. I wonder what the letter is. I wonder what he wrote. This was also 10 years ago, right? So he's probably in his teens, Raphael? I don't know what the age... I don't really know what the age gap is between them, but... Alright, and then we get into the Loon plot. So, like, there's a lot of contention between how Sandman knows who Kieran Kieran is, who the purple hyacinth is, but remember that, like, Kieran doesn't really hide it, right? The people that know that he's the purple hyacinth either are dead, or they're part of the Phantom Scythe, or they're a rare case like Lauren here, right? Like, he parades out in the daylight, and even in, like, episode 5, right, he's not covering his face as he gives his report. Like, people recognize him if they're part of the Phantom Scythe, and we know Sandman is a part of the Phantom Scythe. Even though he didn't lie last chapter, right? Sandman didn't lie saying that he was taken in because of his favor for sake, but Sandman knows a lot. Like, a suspicious amount. Like, I don't... Right? Like, Sandman knows the origins of the Snapdragon. It makes it seem like he wasn't a part of it because he was the one driving Lauren's parents around in different locations, but, like, it's been extremely sus. Let me try to find the line. No, he's being a little bit of a tool, right? He's like, is this what they teach you in the academy? Like, that's kind of mean, Sandman. Like, you're not that close to Lauren anymore. You've been being, you know, part of the evil organization, quote unquote. And he's kind of giving the sass to Lauren, like, oh, like, how have you not figured this out? Like, it's not that easy, right? And even for us, the readers, like, we've been going back and forth. Is Snapdragon a rival organization to Phantom Scythe? It seems like that is the, like, kind of the rumor or the local lore for the Phantom Scythe, especially for the newer members. If we think about what Harvey said and how Loon is, quote unquote, maybe a rival merchant, like, company or something, like, that's the common route that people would take to believe. But Phantom Scythe came from the Snapdragon. Now, I had my suspicions, but I wasn't too confident in it, right? Because there's just so little that we know, and we still don't know that much from it, right? The only thing that we can really think about is that the Snapdragon and their propaganda is very similar to what the Phantom Scythe propaganda is, except Phantom Scythe is much more extreme in their actions. And that's what Sandman tells us, that the leader was tired, right? They survived the attack, which was orchestrated by either Elizabeth, the Queen, or, what's his face? Ramsel, right? Dakin, sorry, wow. I'm sorry, I forgot Dakin's name. So it was either orchestrated by one of those, right, to take out Orion and Sons, and that's probably where they were, one, meeting and also publishing the pamphlets. So the ones that weren't at that location at that time, I believe it was probably leaked, and that's how the soldiers or officers or APD that showed up and killed them all. So the members that are left, it's what, the leader, Lauren's parents, and probably Stefan, right? Maybe even Tristan. I mean, we don't really know. We really don't know. But those are the survivors, and the ones that go against the leader and the ones that don't really seem to follow his train of thought are the ones that end up dead, which are Lauren's parents. But that kind of changes Lauren's mindset, right? She's gone in saying that Phantom Scythe is the only thing that killed her parents, but her parents are a part of it, are part of the problem that caused them to die. It's kind of hard, right? We had Lauren kind of go through this conversation with Kieran earlier, both in Great Chapel and later while they were walking, that at times this kind of privilege of not being in the dirt and not being in the situation where you have to fight to survive every day causes you to have not the full idea of what it's like to be that sort of person. And Lauren is slowly trying to change, and her mindset is getting a little more open, right? Like, she understands, but it's even harder for her now that she knows this information, right? The leader is someone that's close to her. She probably knows who the leader is, like the person who the leader is, because her parents knew who it was. That's tough. So who is the leader? Is it? It's not Sandman. I have no idea. Right, it all comes back to the little prophecy that Hecate says, right? The leader is much closer than what Lauren expects. This kind of points her in that direction, right? When her parents were also the ones that were part of the initiative. They were, if they were the 13 apostles, the, 6 that got wiped in the initial wave. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I'm very surprised that Sandman actually revealed this much information. I'm very surprised that he revealed this much information. There's no way that Lauren has gotten this much out of someone, and she's not even the one on the interrogating side, right? She is the captain. I'm shocked, right? Like, the entire precedent of the story has been set with Lauren always chasing after information, and when she gets too close, she loses it. And here is a strong break in that. Now, what does the strong break mean? Does that mean that we're going to continue getting this kind of thing? Or is this a really rare anomaly of Lauren getting this kind of information? We don't really know. I still believe that Belladonna will show up and, start take out Sandman for Lauren, but I don't know if it's worth it at the moment. Like, there is the ultimatum that Lauren has to, say to Sandman, am I going to give you the photo or am I not? And Belladonna could serve as the scapegoat in that situation to kill off Sandman, because that's the only way I see the match fitting. Maybe the match is Sandman trying to burn the picture. Does Lauren even have the picture on her? I'm pretty sure it's pinned to her murder board, right? That's where she puts everything. And it's kind of where Tristan gets all of his information, so I don't know. But yeah, that is all I have for this week. I'll see if I want to continue this kind of format. I'll put some visuals on here so you don't see this paused screen. I don't know if you'll even see it in the final video, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of stuff. I will see you guys probably next week. Peace.